On my 64th birthday, I found a rejection letter addressed to me, dated 40 years earlier, that my mother had hidden, and it turned out to be the best gift of my life. I was cleaning out Mama's house after we moved her into assisted living. She wasn't gone, thank God, just forgetful. And the old farmhouse in Georgia had 40 years of her filing system, which was cardboard boxes labeled in her tilted handwriting. In one marked Taxes 1986, under the tax papers, I found an envelope addressed to me, opened, from the Savannah College of Art and Design. My hands shook before my brain even caught up, because I remembered applying. I was 24, working the register at the fabric store, painting at night, and I mailed that application like a message in a bottle. No answer ever came. I took the silence as my answer. I married Ray, raised 3 kids, painted birthday banners and church signs, and nothing else for 4 decades. I told everyone art was just a young girl's phase of mine. The letter was not a rejection. It was an acceptance, with a scholarship offer. "We were particularly impressed by your portfolio," it said, and I had to sit down on Mama's dusty floor and read that sentence 9 times. I drove straight to the assisted living center, letter in my fist, ready to be angrier than I'd ever been in my life. And Mama, she has good days and bad ones, but that day her eyes were clear. She looked at the envelope and her whole face crumpled. "Your daddy had just died," she whispered. "The farm was failing. If you left, I'd have lost everything. I told myself I'd show you when things got better." She was crying into her sleeve. "Things never got better fast enough, and then you were married, and then I was too ashamed." I had planned a whole speech in the car. Instead, I sat on her bed and we cried together like 2 women at the same funeral, mourning the girl I might have been. But here's the thing about being 64. You no longer have time to waste on the roads not taken. You only have the road in front of you. So I did something completely unreasonable. I photographed 40 years of paintings, the ones stacked in Ray's shed that he never once let me throw away. God bless that man. And I applied again. Same school. I wrote in my essay, "You accepted me in 1986. I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic was terrible." They called me on a Tuesday. The admissions woman was laughing and crying at the same time. Someone had dug up the microfilm of my original file. My acceptance, they said, had never actually expired. I started classes last fall. I am the oldest student in every room and the first one there every morning. Kids 60 years younger than me call me Miss Dot and fight over the easel next to mine. My final project last semester was a portrait series called Taxes 1986, paintings of my mother's hands, hiding things, holding things, letting things go. It hangs in the student gallery now. Mama came to the opening in her wheelchair. She stopped in front of the portrait of her own hands and said, "Dorothy, who painted these? They're wonderful." Some days she doesn't remember what she did. I've decided I don't need her to. I stopped carrying it the day I mailed that application. Ray asked me at the opening if I ever wondered what my life would have been if I'd gotten the letter on time. And I looked around that room. My kids, my grandbabies wearing little paint-stained smocks I sewed them, my 89-year-old mother complimenting my work like a stranger, my paintings on a real gallery wall. And I told him the truth. If I'd gotten the letter on time, I said,